Welcome back to Las Vegas. It's Alex Belfield at one of my favorite shows at New York, New York. It's called Zumanity. It's an amazing show on the Strip, which isn't nice. It isn't all cutesy like some of these shows try to be. It is pure Las Vegas fun and nonsense. And it has two women that I thoroughly enjoy who are delicious and gorgeous. They're called Lee and Lou, and they join us today. How are you?
I'm very good.
Nice to see you, Lee. And how are you, Lou?
I'm fine, thank you.
Hey, listen, I was in on Sunday night seeing this show again, and what fun it is. And you get to have almost more fun than any, because you come out before the show even starts and you just play with the audience and you mess with their heads and you tease them. You've been here 9 years now. Are you still having fun?
Yes, the important to have fun with the audience. Every day, every show is different for us because the audience give it to us and you just give back. We never know what's going to happen. This is makes Zumanity interesting.
You've been here 9 years, and in that 9 years, I've seen it 9 times, and every time I come back, it's a bit different. It went through a phase of being a bit cutesy. Thank God they brought back sort of the edge and the meaning of this show, which is the sensual side of Cirque du Soleil, and tells us all that even an ugly, fat ginger bloke like me with a small penis can still find someone.
Oh, yes. Zumanity is a human zoo. It's you go to the zoo, you see different animals. You come to Zumanity, you see different kind of people. And the Zumanity, we show the Zumanity, we can be sexy the way you are. Like if you're a big girl, you can be sexy the way you are. If you're a little guy, if you're black, if you're white, if you let a little penis, you can be sexy too. You know, it doesn't matter how you look like, it doesn't matter how you are.
Thank you for acknowledging the fact that I do have a small penis and reminding me of that. That's very kind of you.
Be in a show.
Yeah, I think there could be a part for me in this. Of all the shows in Las Vegas, I think I could audition.
I think so, especially Zumanity.
Yeah, and ginger is sort of a minority as well, so I tick a box, don't I, Lee?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about your physicality, because you're both voluptuous and gorgeous, and we get to see a lot of you in this show in a very sexy way. Is there a pressure on you not to become sort of like Kate Moss and very slim? Because then you're not going to fit the part, are you?
Yes, it's very hard for us because we have to keep the shape to be voluptuous in the show, but we can't be so big because it's not good for the knees and back, like a healthy condition. So we have to work out very hard, you know, we have working out and Pilates classes to keep the shape and strong.
Because the other thing about it is that guys really seem to fall in love with you, and this show does prove that sexuality is a spectrum and that you can fancy from the small, which there is in the show. In fact, there is a diminutive person, up to larger people, tall people, fat, thin. And that's the moral of this show, is that you're meant to come out feeling like anything is possible and that the world is just filled with love and you've just got to find it.
Yeah, it comes from you. It's inside to outside. If you feel sexy, you're going to be sexy. If you feel beautiful, you're going to be beautiful. So, and whatever you feel, you pass to people and they get back. There's
a great role in this, the MC, who gets to toy with the audience as well. And it crescendos, doesn't it, throughout? It gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it ends on stage with people, well, let's say having fun.
Yes, they do have fun, yes. A lot of fun in Zumanity. People coming back many times to watch Zumanity. We have some people, they come every year, or they come, people live in LA, they come every month, they come and watch the show and they talk to us. And some people we know, and they know us, they know the names and call people from the name on the stage. Yeah, it's very like that.
And this is a rare show where, I mean, you are literally stood behind me, you're stood in front of me, in some cases on top of me. This is probably the most intimate show of any in Las Vegas, and I'm thrilled that Cirque du Soleil did this because they are accused of being very safe and commercial. This isn't that. This is actually the opposite, which is setting out to push boundaries. And there's one scene in this show which always makes me smile, where two guys kiss, and I've seen people walk out in that scene, and I know in the beginning it was hugely shocking for America. Are people coming to terms now that gays are okay and that it is acceptable to kiss in public if you're two men?
Now it's better. Like 9 years ago, we had like 40 people leaving the show because Zumanity was completely different than all the cirque shows. Guy La Liberté, he tried like show to Vegas. Las Vegas is not just like a skinny tall and nice bodies. It was something else there. And then when he did that 9 years ago, it was shocked for everybody. We're gonna be 10 years this year. The show is still working like amazingly, and it's fun. People still walking out is still shocking, and I think that's what he wants.
And it does prove how different cultures, some are in front and some are behind.
Yes, the cultures is so different. Like in our country, in Brazil, so people sometimes they come here. Some people from depends of the state, they love it. They says, "Oh my God, this is the best show. This is fantastic." Some people, you can see the faces; they are in shock. When we're doing orgy, they looking at us like, "Oh my God, what they are doing?" And after they talking about it, this is amazing. This is real. This is really nice. So it's something very special. Give you for the audience, to see like a real life on stage.
I love as well that Cirque du Soleil maintain their standards of music, which is always unique and brilliant, and the band in this show are terrific. The singers, there's two singers, I've interviewed them before, who are fabulous, and that adds another layer, along with the lighting, of course. It's very burlesque, the atmosphere, and it's a beautiful burlesque-esque theatre, if you know what I'm trying to say. Right, yeah. But the music adds such importance to it, and real feeling. It's a gorgeous sound, isn't it?
Yeah, Simon wrote all the musics. Simon, because he's from Canada, and he's amazing. And we were there during creation, and I remember when he was writing the music and everything, the lyrics. We had the first MC, Joey Harris. He helped a lot with the lyrics as well, and they're together. They're like incredible. Our musicians, it's incredible, amazing. They really play every night the same thing, and they follow us. We don't have to worry about to look at them and say, "Oh, this is going on wrong. The lift didn't open, and we can't go down. We have to keep it one more bit." We don't have to do that. They just know what's going on, and they're incredible. Yeah, we're a big team together. Like the musicians, the performers on the stage, we're a big team.
And this is still Cirque du Soleil, even though it's a more sensual side, so we have acrobatics in this. And again, breathtaking, stunning. And in that theatre, it's so much more moving because it's an intimate theatre compared to some of the others. And the dancers are flying above you, they're coming around you, behind you. Again, it's such an interactive show. Do you still marvel at it? Aside from the PR that, of course, we love being here and we love Cirque du Soleil, 9 years to be in any show doing it twice nightly, 5 times a week is a slog. And it's exhausting. It's physically draining. Is it still fun, or are there nights when you think, "Oh, I can't be bothered"?
No, it's still fun. I still take 2 hours to be ready for the show. I still enjoy to do my makeup. And I think it's the most fun in Zumanity. It's like something you have just a little bit in the other shows, like a break the wall. Because you have the wall on the stage, and we don't break much the wall. Zumanity, I feel we don't have the wall. It's like the audience is part of us. So we there and they are in all the time. It's our house, like audience and people. We are everybody together. We feel that. It's 9 years, it's going to be 10 years, and I still have goosebumps when they call Zumanity. How
do you get here? How do you get this gig? I mean, you're from back home. You've told us where you're from. There must be 1 million people auditioning for this, and you've had it for 9 years.
We 8th generation of circus performer in Brazil, and my family. I grew up in family circus, and everything I learned from my family. And my father stopped traveling because he wanted me and my sister to go to school, and so we did it. We made him happy, but we never stopped. So we went to theater classes, miming and tap dancing. We started learning other things plus circus. So when Muriel Cantan, she came to Brazil in 1997, then when she auditioned us, and she loved it, the way we work, especially because we very natural when we work with the audience, and so they saved us. They want us like earlier for Cirque du Soleil, but they were looking, waiting for the perfect show and the perfect fit to fit both of us. And I think Zumanity was worth it to wait for.
Absolutely it was, and it was as if you were born to do the part, and the part was born for you, and that's what Cirque do, don't they? Build the show around the stars they have, which is so unique and of course so smart. There's no point giving an actor the wrong role, and you're playing a role regardless of how natural it may be. Can I talk about your puppies?
Oh, my puppies. I have 3 puppies. We have 3 puppies. We have 3 girls. Raja, she's Dalmatian. And 2 Labradors. Yes, we love them. They are our babies.
Well, Emily was telling me earlier, the stage manager, who is a friend of mine from the Nathan Burton show, how much you're in love with these dogs. What is your life like here then? You come in at what time? You're a little early today because I've brought you in. I'm sorry about that. Then you've got to do 2 shows. How much normality do you have? You get a couple of days off a week?
We try to do things like in the morning. And the days off, like we go, I have braces, you can see, so they can't, but you can. So I have to go to dentists and, we have a regular life, buy groceries and everything. And so we come here, we come sometimes earlier the other days because we have rehearsals and everything, because we characters in the show. We have to be here more often sometimes because all the time when it change something, we have to be here. And early animation sometimes, like receive people, like, special events. And and we do 2 shows and we go home and we have these 3 little crazy dogs. They give it the love, and you forget the exhausted you are, you forget everything you had, the problems during the day, because they don't care, they just love you.
Well, and this audience loves you as well. You're the heart of the show, if you like, and everybody falls in love with you from the second you're there. It's always fun to see you, and you've never picked on me. Thank you for that. I'm sure you've been tempted on many occasions.
Oh, yes.
Hey, listen, let's do the big plug. Zumanity is a fabulous show. It's here at New York, New York. This is one to really see because it's so different and it's authentic. This is Sin City, and this show does put the sin back in the city.
Oh, yes, this show does this. Make you feel hard, on stage.
I beg your pardon?
Make you feel like your heart beating.
Oh, I thought you said hard on stage. I was going
to... Hard.
That could have been embarrassing, couldn't it? That was a language
Sorry,
thing.
It's my English. Hard. Better?
The heart.
Heart. Yes, thank you.
That's a D, not a T.
Heart.
Although I'm sure there are a few hard on stage by the end of it. Hey, listen, really lovely to see you. Come and see them. It's Lee and Lou. They're here at Zumanity at New York. It's always a pleasure to see you girls. Thank you very much. And good luck with your puppies.
Thank you. I'll tell them.